joined here, then you cleared it up and you became so clear when you joined second year. You had the dirt of anatomy, biochemistry, physiology and all on your body. Now you're so transparent, so clear, so clean. That's what you call clarity. You cleared it. You don't need to study anatomy anymore. Is it so? And what do you mean by cleared the exams? You have cleared that subject by itself. You have cleared that subject. That's what you mean by clearing that exam. Is it so? What is that you have achieved and other facts you left out or became additionals? What did they lose and what did you achieve? What did you achieve? Other than the additional batch, they have lost something, you have achieved something. What is that you have achieved? What have you achieved? I think you have cleared 6 subjects in the history already. 6 or 7. How many? Including preclinical must be 8, I believe. Is it so? Is it so or no? Yes or no? So you have cleared 8 subjects, which means you don't have to do anything and then you don't have to study it anymore. Because this was the kind of education what you've been getting throughout your school life. You cleared your first standard, you don't have to study anything related to that first standard, you went into the second standard, then third standard, primary school, then became secondary, then you became high school, then higher secondary, and after all those things you are here for your +3, +4 and now +5. The difference between the school education and professional education is whatever you learn here forms the basics or the base of your practice tomorrow. When you reach second year, first year subjects becomes the base of second year. When you reach third year, first year and second year subjects becomes the base of third year. It's not that you have cleared something and you don't want it anymore. You have stepped on that particular step. You are in a still higher staircase climbing procedure. One day you will reach a position of BDS, where you will complete your internship and you will stand on the BDS platform. And when you look down, you should have these clear, solid, concrete steps you have climbed up. You should be able to see them. You understand this? What if you are in a condition where you have reached a position and you look down and you don't see anything underneath you? Just imagine you are climbing a few steps. You will very difficulty, you are climbing it and you reach on top. You are so happy about it and you look down. Your steps are all falling slowly down. Withering down. Damaged. Non-solid. Platforms are there down, or steps are all slowly, you're forgetting it, or it's all slowly withering out, and you are there on top. You will fall down and will have a great, nasty fall. Am I right? These are how BDS curriculum is designed. So don't ever think you don't need to go back to anatomy anymore. There was a reason why you people were taught anatomy. Can anybody tell me what is it? What was the reason that you started the entire thing from anatomy? What was it? What was it? Just imagine you're lying down here. You're just lying down here. with all your senses. Something like you're sleeping. It's okay, sit there. You are lying down here with all your senses. You can be defined as you're probably sleeping, or walking sleeping, pretending sleeping, or you're lying down. Fine, it's all correct. Just imagine you're dead and lying down here. What is that called now? What's your name? Akshay was lying down. Akshaya. Okay, fine. Akshaya was lying down there. Akshaya was sleeping. Akshaya was pretending to sleep. Whatever, it's fine. But right now, it's not Akshaya who's lying down there. Who is that? When you're dead there lying down there, who is that? Huh? You call that body Akshaya anymore? No, it's just a body. Dead body. So you will start learning from something which is dead, which has got all the structures still intact. Something like a computer without electricity and software connection. Hardware. So you learned about a hardware in the beginning, in anatomy. You dissected it and saw what is there inside. That's the word anatomy means. You cut open and see. Did you cut open and see? Did you? You personally. Did you operate, cut open and see what is there inside in the head and neck region? Did you do that? No, physiology. Huh? Did you do that in biochemistry? Did you do that in anatomy? Did you or not? Did you operate, cut open and see what is there? Sorry for you all. Who did it? Did anybody do dissection? You all do dissection. Yes. At least some of you, few of you. Yes. What is scalp? What is scalp? S-C-A-L-P. What is that? Can anybody tell me what is scalp? I'm not looking at you. Can anybody tell me what is S-C-A-L and P? I would recommend few of you also to join that additional batch to learn and come back again. Strongly recommend you all. If you don't know that first word scalp, then you have not even learned the anatomy of VDS. Anybody, please tell me what is the full form of the word scalp. If at all you thought it's a term by itself, then no. It's an abbreviation. It's a short abbreviation of something. What is that something? S stands for what? C stands for what? A for what? L for what? P for what? So you have dissected one thing. And the second thing what you see is what? Now you dissected, what do you see underneath? You dissected, what do you see underneath now? Still you dissect, what do you see underneath? This is what is anatomy. This is exactly what is anatomy. If you not understood it that way, then your anatomy learning was totally poor. If you had done that kind of a dissection of these words, you would have understood why you should study anatomy also. If you had done a complete full thickness sectioning of that particular scalp, you wouldn't have seen the things in between. You sectioned out each of those structures. You could separate it out. That's the biggest thing. You could separate out it into different layers. This is the meaning of anatomy. This is the same thing what you do in surgery tomorrow. You dissected out each and everything from it to learn probably. But this is the first step of becoming a surgeon tomorrow. But you don't do surgery on dead animals or human beings in doing a surgery. You'll be doing it on live body. So what is that you learned about the living things from basic science? You learned about something on a dead object or a dead body. You started dissecting and you found out what are the things probably you can do in surgery tomorrow. You started developing a surgeon inside you, but sorry to say that you never did it, so you never developed it. Unless you have developed, it's so difficult to talk to you. Are you a developed person? So you now need to know what is a live body, or what is that makes a dead and a living body different. Which is that factor that made a difference from a person who is lying down and a person dead and lying next to it? What is the difference between two? How do you check whether this person is alive or not? Just imagine you are a bus light when you are, okay, you find one fine day or a bad day or a good day for you. You went and entered her room. You are seeing her lying down on the bed like this. You want to check whether that girl is dead or sleeping. How do you do that? You call her. Okay, she didn't wake up. What do you do next? Huh? Check what? Breathing. You'll suddenly go and check for the breathing. You're too early to do it. Then that means you expected her to be dead. That's why you're checking for breathing. You'll go and push her. Right? Akshay, get up. You'll try to pull her up. Maybe in that particular situation, you might even slap her. Because you have got the liberty to do that, because you were checking whether she's dead or not. Right? So you'll do everything naughty to her. She didn't speak up. Then you might probably checking in for breathing. Where did you learn the art of breathing? Respiratory physiology. What about pulse? Physiology. What about circulating respiratory? All those kind of ABC things you have learned from physiology. Am I right? So a difference between a dead object and a live object is its software in it. Physiology. Physiology is the software. Anatomy is the hardware. Finished. That's all. The basic difference between a dead and a human dead body and probably a person's body is there is physiology in it. Got it? So a dead body installed by its software becomes a physiology plus anatomy, which is a living being. Now, how does the living being manifest its life? I'm talking to you, right? Am I alive? Sure? Why do you say that? By just looking at me, how can you conclude or how can you confirm that I am alive? My physiology is functioning? No, you are wrong. A person's physiology functions inside him, which you may not be feeling. If at all you are feeling it, if at all you can feel the life inside me, then it requires something else. What I mean to say is, a person who has got its own physiology, A person who has got its own anatomy can be non-conscious also. He's not conscious, he's lying down, probably he's in a syncope stage. You went and checked all his vital signs. Then only you got to know that that person is alive, right? But right now you don't need a confirmation that I am alive. Are you checking my pulse and saying that I am alive? Because even though I am standing here and talking to you, still do you have to check my pulse and eyes and all those vital signs to confirm that I am alive? Do you need to do that? Why? Because I am expressing my life to you. You can feel the presence of my aliveness, even sitting over there, am I right? Is there any possibility that I am dead here? No. You are totally confirmed that this person is alive. Why? Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Tell me one reason why you said I am alive, standing here and talking to you. Did you check my pulse? Did you check my respiratory status? Then why? So sir is talking. So when sir talks, he's not there, for sure. But that's not a vital sign, is it so? It's not a vital sign. It's not a vital sign. It's expected out of me. Right? Am I right? If instead of me, if the gardener was standing here and talking, then you would have said there is something wrong. Why is that fellow talking periodontology? Why is that fellow talking dental science? He should be talking on biology or botany or something related to his job. So he is talking sense, he is talking to us, he is talking. What is that thing that I am manifesting here? Sound energy. Probably some sort of light energy, some sort of heat energy. But I am definitely transferring something to you. I am transferring something to you. Did you get this point? I am transferring something to you in the form of an energy. And talking means sound energy. That energy comes and falls somewhere. Light energy is being transferred to you. That comes and falls somewhere. So some energy transference is happening, that is what you said. I am alive. So it's not that I am having my own physiology, I am transferring it to you. Yes or no? Some energy comes from here, falls here, and that is being transmitted to your body, and you are interpreting it, you are understanding what I am talking, hopefully. Are you? Yeah. Whether you misinterpret it or misunderstand it or not, you are understanding something, yeah, fine. So that means there is a transference of energy. When I said the word energy, how did I get the energy? From where did I get the energy? Is it because I got physiology that I will have energy? Just because I got a heart which is beating, which is where I got a lungs which is breathing? Does that mean I will have the energy to talk to you? I can be totally unconscious and have all these functions also. Right? Yeah. But then what is that? From where did I get the energy to speak to you? From where did I get the energy to speak to you? From where did you all get the energy to sit here and listen? From where do you get the energy to play? At least your guide, what do you call it, trainer would have told you to eat well, drink well. Yeah, what is that now? What did you eat? You ate sound energy, you ate light energy, then what did you eat in the morning for breakfast? You ate balls or bags or something, then? Breakfast, what is that? What did you have for breakfast today?
Bread.
Only bread. That's all. Dry bread.
No, bread and butter.
And bread and butter. Then
Tea.
tea. Then bread, butter and tea. Why did you eat that? If you have your physiology, if you have your anatomy, then why should you eat something? What did you get out of bread and butter? Not you. What did you eat? What did you eat? I have to deep of plastic. What did you eat? Put it, of course. That's fine. Something in part of me and my kind of eating habit. That she can survive with one piece of bread, I believe, right? We cannot. We always call it Munda Chorur Namnila. We need something solid, right? Because we work more, we think more, and probably our brain works more. So we need something for us to function, right? So we eat more. So the question is now, why did you eat that bread and where is that bread right now? You ate yesterday, right? So what happened to that food you ate? Is bread and butter circulating inside the bloodstream now? Is bread circulating in your blood? Then what is circulating in your blood now? What is that is circulating in the blood and what is that cells are going to imbibe from the blood and make itself vital? What is circulating now inside her blood? You heard of glycemic level of patients? You have heard about glycemic level? How a person is hypoglycemia, a person is hyperglycemia. You heard about it? Some people who have got diabetes will have hyperglycemic condition. Glycemia means? Glycemia, not hyperglycemia, glycemia, glycemic condition, blood sugar level condition. If it is more you call it hyper, if it is less you call it hypo, but glycemic level means the blood glucose level, that's all. Are you getting the point? So whatever she ate has become a glucose level of blood. And probably other elements and materials and molecules. So you ate a laddu, it is different. You ate a piece of flesh, chicken or something, it is different. But these are all things that has to be absorbed into the bloodstream. Not as chicken, not as laddu, not as bread, but as chemicals. Right? Glucose is a chemical, am I right or wrong? Yes, it is a glucose. If you had eaten put also. Same thing, it is not absorbed as put into the bloodstream. You eat put after 1.5 hours, you check your blood, will they be put in the blood? Then what will be there? There will be chemicals which you eat, but you never eat it as a chemical as such. You eat it as something as bread or put or parota or whatever it is. Whatever you eat is to be continuously dissociated into chemicals and blood is going to absorb this chemical. And these chemicals are going to reach your cell. These chemicals are going to reach the cell and that is going to make energy inside the cell. You have a cycle for that. Cycle that makes energy. Which is that cycle? A cycle that creates energy inside the cell. In the presence of oxygen, with carbohydrate molecule, how did it produce energy? Which is that cycle that explains the way it's producing energy? Which is that cycle? Scalp I forgot, but this one thing. Because without learning that cycle, probably you would have definitely learned the cycle in a subject by naming biochemistry. You heard about it? There was a subject called biochemistry. Or you forgot about it. Looking down and you don't see biochemistry step over there. Anatomy, phone. I mean, looking down, they are standing on top of BDS, achieving everything out of your life. People are calling you doctors, and you're looking down and seeing your foundation so weak. Tell. Louder. Some cycle, which you never knew, this is the cycle. If you had known, this is what is creating energy, you would have learned it. Am I right? There are a lot of cycles in the biochemistry which explains this. Wherein you create ATP, this is that cycle. You have internet connection or something? Google it and see. Such a pathetic condition. For such a basics also, if you are not sure about it, then you have not learned things in the right way. You would have learned a lot of things. See, without that chemicals, your body cannot produce energy. Without those chemicals, your body cannot breathe. Your lungs have got the capacity for what? Breathing in and breathing out. That's all. Your lung doesn't have the capacity to filter the things entering inside. No, it doesn't have. That's why you're wearing a mask, right? Lungs doesn't have the capacity to filter and take inside. Some amount of filtering it might be doing. But it cannot filter things into toxic, non-toxic, non-wanted, unwanted, wanted, nothing. Some severe barrier and some antibodies, that's all. Otherwise, you would have been wearing this mask, right? That will filter your COVID-19 viruses. It's not a reverse osmosis process or any kind of water filtering process or a air purifier or anything here. It's just an organ which can take in air and definitely expel it. That's all. Into that, lot of chemicals goes in. Carbon dioxide, oxygen, your nitrous oxide, whatever things your breathing will go in. Poisonous gas also will go in. This will get dissociated into your blood. Alright. Anything that you breathe will get into the bloodstream. In that, oxygen has to reach every cell. Then only that cycle which you forgot in biochemistry can be completed. Again, another chemical by name oxygen. Chemical by name carbohydrate. All these chemicals have to come to that particular cell, and with the presence, in the presence of oxygen, these molecules or these chemicals are made energy. They are turned or made into energy, which that cell will function properly. That cell will manufacture energy inside and that cell will function. Alright? You heard about mitochondria and all those things that will synthesize all this, what you said as ATP and energy and all those things. So energy which you see or manifest as basic vital signs or what I am talking over here is not physiology alone. You need a chemistry behind it. Whatever chemistry you have learned in your school textbooks has been modified into biochemistry and you learn in medical science. You heard about a lot of reactions in chemistry, you have learned a lot of reactions in your chemistry textbook in school days. If you have learned, if you are not like me, you would have learned it also. So in that condition, you would have learned a lot of equations, chemistry, that, this thing, chemical reactions and all. They were all chemistry. But when it becomes biochemistry, the biological nature of that chemistry part is taken in. You are not going to anymore talk about nuclear reactor. We are going to talk about basic biochemistry, means the chemistry upon which the biology is made up. All the chemicals required for the functioning of biology is dealt in biochemistry. So basically it is the chemistry of life. You understood? So by simple anatomy, you are dead. Anatomy plus physiology, you are alive. When you have chemistry added onto it, you can manifest your life. Just understood? This is the reason why these three were the basic science. How much ever you have learned this anatomy, physiology and biochemistry in detail and depth, that much understanding you will have about your life. Probably the only demarcation point for me, according to me, between a person who have completed first year and probably gone into the additional batch is this. Nothing less than this, nothing beyond this. The depth of knowledge of anatomy, biochemistry and physiology. I am still a student, I am very much a student, I am happy to be a student in these three subjects. And unless and until you know this particular aspect of medical science, you can never become a doctor. How can you become a doctor? You can become someone like a craftsman, a basic labor doing person, a professional, anything of that sort. Because you are taught the art of tooth cutting, you are taught the art of tooth filling, you are taught the art of dental surgery, oral surgery. These are all things which anybody can do with mastering that technique. Do you think you need to be a dentist to cut out the tooth? You don't need to. You can just pull out anybody's tooth, it will come out. Do you think just because you are a dentist that the tooth comes out of his mouth? Do you think the tooth is going to ask you, are you a dentist or not? I will come out if you are a dentist. Only if you are a dentist, I will come out. Do you think any tooth is going to say this, claim this, put a condition of claim on this? If you are going to hold my tooth, you have to be a dentist. Will the tooth say that? No, not at all. Not at all. You don't need to be a dentist at all. And because you are a dentist, do you think there won't be any dental caries inside your mouth? Just because you are so thorough with the entire dentistry, don't you think you will not have? Do you think you will not have any dental caries inside your mouth? Are you exempted from dental diseases because you are a dentist? No. So knowledge is something else. Knowledge is something else. It's not that that knowledge is going to work on you. Knowledge, your knowledge will work on others. That is what is profession. When your knowledge works on others, this is what is profession. When your skill works on others, you call it a profession. So knowledge is the primary. How do you gain knowledge? How do you gain knowledge? How do you gain knowledge? Presently, the parameters are study, sit inside a daily class, study what is there in the textbook, write exactly what is expected you to write in an answer paper and you pass. To write something else, you have to go out. In an LKG class, you are being taught B for bat, A for apple. What if it's A for astronaut? One child suddenly say A is for astronaut. What will the teacher say? What would your teacher have said if you had said A is for astronaut also? Or A is for astronaut only? What the teacher would have told you? No. No. A is for apple. No. Now what does that no mean now? Don't say anything which is not common, because I won't be able to put marks for you. If I want to put marks for you, grade you, then you all should be learning something uniform. Otherwise, how will I put grade for you? If I want to put grade for you, I will tell you 10 things. You will have to repeat those 10 things. You repeated only one, you will get 1 mark. You repeated 2, you will get 2 marks. You repeated 3, you will get 3 marks. You repeated all 10, you will get 10 marks. So the person who repeated 10 things what I said gets the maximum marks. Person who didn't say anything as a repetition or didn't repeat anything at all will get 0. Now I have graded my students as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And who is that 0? The people who left you and went into additional class. And who is that 10, 8, 9 and all sitting in front of me as dumb students, doesn't even know what is analytic, what is observable, what is whatever. Now what is the difference? What difference does it make for me? What difference is made for me is not an issue. But what difference that will make for your patients is definitely an issue. What difference it will make for your parents is definitely an issue. What difference it will make for the society is definitely an issue. What difference it will make for dentistry is the biggest issue. You will all say, I'm jobless, I did my BDS, I don't have a job. Who is going to give you a job if you don't know both? You come and join my clinic and you start learning from my clinic. I should pay for you for that. Should I pay you for that? No, you're demanding your pay. I'm working under you for so many months. Why are you not paying me anything? If I don't have any job, if I don't have anything on my side to serve another person, and you expect that person to give you money? Just imagine a waiter or an attendant in a hotel. He just comes and stands in front of that hotel every day morning, and at the end of the day, if he comes and asks for the wages, will you give him? You are the owner, will you give him? The same thing. Unless you work in my clinic, unless you're good for some part of my business in clinic, why should I pay you? Think the other way around. You work in my clinic as good as me, and patients are coming to see you. They are paying me, but it's for your work. I will be paying you as much as probably I earn in the clinic. This is the basic thing that makes you jobless and job. You should equip yourself in such a way that you go and work under somebody or work with somebody. That person should feel you are worthy to be paid from what he gets. You join my clinic, you will work on my patients who comes to see me. You are doing something to learn. You don't know anything about it. You never learned it. You never did it. You are doing it for the first time on my patient, in my patient's mouth, and you expect to get a salary at the end of the month. You say, no, I've learned BDS, I've studied BDS, spending so much money and all those things. And you expect to get paid for it because you have studied BDS. Your parents do expect because they believe you people are all studying. They believe you people are all studying like your engineering science or law or something like that. No. Medical science cannot be learned from textbooks, please. Let me underline it. Medical science cannot be learned from your mobile. So you have it. You have it in the back. Where is it? So you are carrying the entire library with you. You are carrying an entire, probably the encyclopedia with you. Whatever you want to know, you can ask your telephone, right? Give you an answer. But it can give you an answer, but it can't work for you. That's the present problem. If you have to work and earn, you need to know it. Just because your telephone knows it or your computer knows it, you cannot work on people. Am I right? This is the difference. This is the difference. So whatever little you know it well, probably that will be of some use to patients. You know something, you forgot about it, you can check internet always. This is a different issue. Whatever remains after your education is what is exactly your interest. Your interest will remain. Rest of the things you will forget. Something like a plus b the whole square. You forgot about it because you never used it. Similarly becomes your anatomy, physiology, biochemistry and rest of the science. Then you came into second year. What did you learn there? At least which were the subjects you dealt in second year? I won't repeat the term learn and knowledge and all. At least which were the subjects you dealt in second year? Microbiology, pathology. Pathology means general pathology. General pathology then? General materials. Pharmacology. What all did you learn from those basic science subjects? What did you learn in pathology? In pathology, in general pathology, you learned the changes that happens in biochemistry or physiology. A person's pulse, a person's breathing, a person's eye capacity, ear capacity, skin capacity, touch capacity, whatever it is, all those physiological things. If it undergoes any kind of change, we call it pathology. So deviation from physiology is what is pathology. Deviation in the process of biochemistry is what is pathology. The entire thing is proper anatomy, proper physiology and proper biochemistry. You will see a proper healthy person. Deviation in it is a general pathology person. You understand this? He is not to be put in the first year knowledge. He is to be put in your second year knowledge. In second year you learn anything that has been shifted from your first year knowledge. Anything that got shifted from your first year knowledge. You check your anatomy by cutting it over here and you form the facial artery here. If you don't find it there, he has to come in general pathology. So you are finding a pathology here. A shift in physiology is pathology. A shift in the normal process of biochemistry is pathology. So unless you know what is physiology, how will you know what is pathology? A person has got two eyes, right? Two eyes, right? A person is having a single eye. Why is it that the deviation from normal? Because in anatomy, anatomically that person is supposed to have two eyes. Right? The person's hemoglobin has to be 13. It became 6. Why is it a pathology? Because it has to be 13. A person's blood pressure value has to be this to this, which is now this to this. So this is a pathology because it's not anything within the ranges of the normal capacity, or it's not within the normal limits. So when something is not in the normal limits, something is beyond the normal limit or less than the normal limit, it becomes a pathology. So to know pathology, you need to know only probably physiology. Because deviation from this is what you are checking. So if you know physiology properly, then there is no point in knowing pathology as such. If you know biochemistry properly, you don't need to know general pathology as such. You can look at that person if his normal physiology and biochemistry is normal. That person should be fit enough. If it's not, then it is a pathology. Now that pathology has got different names and different manifestations. Then you learn pharmacology. What did you learn in pharmacology? Is it still that calamine lotion? Where did you? Where did you use it? I am asking you, what did you do with that calamity lotion you made? It's a big wonder that you're still making calamity lotion, because we used to have this exercise, which is there since the birth of medical science. Did anybody teach you how a capsule is made? Sorry. Just start making something as a medicine, which you don't know what is it being used for. But you made a medicine, because that's a practical exercise of pharmacology, probably the only practical exercise. But if people would have been taken to a pharmaceutical company and showed you how medicines are made, would have made a better impact on you, wouldn't it? Definitely, you should have all been taken to any of the pharmaceutical company and showed you how a capsule is made. You have got a better idea on what you are going to prescribe. Are you going to prescribe lactic lotion in your life? I don't think I am going to prescribe. You are going to do it. You don't even know where you are going to prescribe it. But you cleared pharmacology. So pharmacology is like altering that particular pathology to physiology through biochemistry. You're giving chemicals. What are medicines? They're chemicals. So you're giving a chemical substitute. You're giving a therapeutical substitute chemicals to alter that pathology back into physiology. So what should be the net result? Normal physiology. The normal biochemistry and normal physiology has to be restored when you give medicine to this general pathology or pathology condition. When you give medicine to pathology, when you give chemicals to pathology, it should bring back, or rather it should be brought back to or restored back to normal physiology. So, yes, medicines are these. Medicines are chemicals, which will restore the pathology back to physiology. What did you learn in microbiology? Did you learn about viruses? Did you learn about COVID-19 virus? Still you learned about probably bacteria. Right? Can you draw and show me how a Streptococcus mutans looks like? Can you draw and show me how a Streptococcus mutans look like? You know what is Streptococcus mutans? You know what it is? Tell me, how do you know it? If you ask me, you know Dr. BINIRAJ, yes. He's unfortunately, he's head of the department of periodontology. You know Streptococcus mutans? You know him? What is he? What is Streptococcus mutans? It's a bacteria causing dental caries. Basically, this is the bacteria which you are going to fight with throughout your life. Are you not going to fight with this microbe throughout your life? Yes. This is the one microbe you are going to fight with throughout your life, or rather, you have identified the real culprit or the enemy in front of you. Have you seen him? Have you seen him? Yes or no? Please tell me. At least you. Have you seen him? But you cleared the microvirus, right? Have you seen COVID-19 virus? Still you are fighting against it with a mask. With a mask. Why do you think COVID-19 won't enter your mask? When you have so big holes above your mask, do you think it won't enter through here? It will only enter through your filtering of that particular mask you are wearing, and then only it will enter, so it will stay outside. What is the belief? What a kind of belief it is. You all are wearing masks improperly, and you expect COVID-19 not to enter your respiratory system or inside you. Because you have not understood that virus. Because you have not understood that bacteria. Unless and until you see it, How will you start fighting with it? At least you should be able to draw a diagram of that microbe, right? You see the monkey? You see the monkey? What if somebody sees a monkey is coming from there? You'll be prepared to fight against it, or at least you'll be prepared to run. Because you know what monkey can do to you. What if suddenly somebody sees there's a snake over there? You'll suddenly jump onto your chair and you'll stand on top because you know that snake is going to crawl down and get out, right? That's not going to bite you anyway because you are safe. You keep yourself on a safe or higher position, it won't do anything to you. So you know snake, you have understood snake, so you can easily fight snake. What if instead somebody says there's biryani served there? You will go running take the biryani, right? Eat biryani, whatever. So you have seen things, you have felt it, you know it, so clearly you will be knowing how to deal with it also. If you are not seeing Streptococcus mutans, how are you going to fight it? As you all know, COVID-19 is like rambutan. Okay, fine. That's quite a good knowledge what you have. That itself is fine. So it has got some spikes. We call it spikes. Okay, fine. You call it spikes. Somebody calls it some other name. Okay, fine. All those things are accepted and agreeable. At least you know the shape of it. But when somebody asks you to draw a bacteria, I'm 100% sure you will draw something which has got eyes and teeth and a long, unending, infinite tail. Because that is the kind of impression what Harpic toilet cleaner has given you about bacteria. You've seen it. You've seen it in TV. You've seen it in advertisements. This you have not seen. So the other one is better to understand because you've seen it, right? It's easier for you to understand the bacteria as what they are portrayed in an advertisement rather than believing this particular is unicellular without eyes or teeth or anything. The other one is easier to believe because you've seen it. You've seen Miami, you've seen Lucapi, you've seen Happy. They are unicellular. You know, look at the eyes, teeth, and all. It doesn't have any of these things. Then how will it eat me? How will it eat my teeth? Because the impression what your mother has given you regarding your oral microbes are so strong that you tend to disbelieve whatever is being taught in microbiology. If you don't brush your teeth, there will be worms on your teeth which will eat your enamel. Right? That thing has gone into your mind so strong that 1 year of microbiology could not do anything on it. Your belief was so strong. What will happen if you eat chocolate? Your teeth will get decayed, right? Still you eat chocolate, right? What did you people do when you passed second year? You went and gave laddu and chocolate and all to your teachers, right? It's fine as long as you gave the same thing in first year and second year, it's okay. But the problem is when you pass conservative dentistry, there also you go with chocolate and sweets. Throughout that course, from second year or probably from first year, conservative and endodontist people have taught you not to eat chocolate, not to eat sweets. It will create holes in your tooth that will create an environment for Streptococcus mutans to colonize, and Streptococcus mutans will produce lactic acid. That lactic acid will make hole on your tooth and you start getting dental caries, which is very painful. Still, when you pass that subject, you will go meet your teachers with sweets. Now, what does that mean? If it was a strong belief or if it was so true that all these chocolates can cause dental caries, at least that should have been avoided from the entrance of your college, right? It is very much available in the entrance of your college. You should not take sweets, you should not take chocolate, but it is readily available for buying in front of a dental college. Now what does that mean? It is something like asking you people not to smoke. Smoke, I'm going to come and get a cigarette and smoking in front of you, and I'm going to tell you people should not smoke it, you can cause you cancer. It's something like getting all my soda, my whiskey, touching everything on this table, and talking to you on liver cancer, on the bad social and economical and probably health impact on drinking, and one glass is already ready there in between and sipping, and I'm taking glasses for you. Same thing. What is the difference now? The entire years together, these people again taught you not to eat sweets, not to eat chocolate, and passing your subjects, considering the subject, you are all going with a bunch of, not bunch of, what do you call it, a plate of laddu, bunch of chocolates to he himself, and he nicely picks up one from that and eat in front of you. What is happening? You people doesn't believe in it, that's what's happening. If that one chocolate had cost dental caries for you, probably you would have believed it. But you eat chocolate from your childhood, but nothing is happening to you. You people see a lot of people eating chocolate, nothing is happening to you. Microbiology should have been taught as a different world of probably animals. That's a different world where they live properly, putting us as hosts. Microbes live on you as guests. When a microbe lives on you, you become a host and the microbe is a guest. Guest-host relationship. If you don't host it, then that guest is not there. I come to your house, you give me a living room to sit in, you give me a tea, you give me something to eat. This is serving as a host. If you don't serve me anything, I'll get up and go. If you don't have a room over there, how will I sit there? If you don't offer me a chair, how will I sit there? Similarly, is how a host and guest interaction happens inside the body with microbe and you. If you are a good host, definitely the guest will come in. If you are a good host for disease, the guest will come in. You people are now preventing the guest from coming in, because there is a perfect host inside. That guest is in search of this host. You are not exactly the host. Your respiratory tract is the host for it. That's why it doesn't sit anywhere here. It wants directly into there. So there are areas which are vulnerable to host it. That areas have to be protected. Understanding of it. So for that you need to see microbe first. You need to learn about it. You need to understand in and out of your guest. Then you can prevent being a good host for it. All these things should have been taught in microbiology. But what was taught to you was just bad microbes. The so-called bad microbes. Nobody taught you about good microbes. Things which were taught to you were simple things which can be explained well. There is a microbial world which contains things which are not even known to us. Believe me, 50% of microbes in the oral cavity is still unknown to us. So chances are such that they are the microbes that are creating oral conditions or the pathology in the oral conditions. It could be those microbes which are unknown to us, which are creating the real problem which we do not know. Understood? So we need to open up a world which is primarily, always and in every means, an innovative or a new world. If you are going to dump yourself down in that same knowledge, same conventional, same understandable knowledge, simple things. You won't be getting what exactly is happening on the other side of the world. So you people anyway have completed it. There is no point in going back to all these subjects and learning it. At least you have got, if you still have got some kind of an enthusiasm still left behind with you. We had proposed a research cell. Some of you are there in it. Is there anybody in this batch who is there in that research cell? We are coming out with the research and development cell as such, wherein I am taking up few projects, helping you all to do few researches. So none of you are there in this means. I think you people will have got messages from your seniors interns that anybody is interested in research can join in. The way you're sitting blank over here confirms my doubts that you all know about it, still behaving that you're not heard about it or understood about it. That was an invitation for you fools. Please understand this. The way to come out of this ignorance. Come out and start learning something which you have left back or something which you have lost in first year and second year. Don't be a fool and sit over there and be labeled as fools forever. Becoming a fool because of ignorance is okay. Becoming a fool with perfect bliss is something really wrong. If bliss has happened here, things have been opened up here. Still, if you want to stay as a fool, please go ahead and do it. If you want to go travel to the other side of knowledge and probably the brighter side of your career, you can join in. It's the last chance. I'm going to kick off the program within another 1 week's time. There's going to be a R&D cell for UG here, where you can do small researches on possibly the smallest thing in anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, pathology, pharmacology, microbiology and all, and probably understand things in a better way. If you want to join in, you can join in. Interns will be knowing that $100 are definitely volunteering in, so you can talk to them and join in and learn how to learn. Before you miss out this particular thing in the future subjects. So that's why I'm here.